I'm going to tell you something that most people won't say out loud. When your adult children stop calling as much as they used to, the things we do to try to fix it are very often the exact things that make it worse. Not because we're bad parents, because we're scared ones. And scared love, without meaning to, can push away the very person it's trying to reach. Today, I want to walk through 5 of those things carefully, without blame. Because I have done most of them myself, and because recognizing them is the first step to doing something different. Before we begin, I want to say this. If your adult child is calling less, or not at all, you are not imagining the distance. It is real, and the ache of it is real. There is nothing small about watching someone you raised from nothing grow into a person who seems to need you less and less. That hurts in a way that doesn't have a clean name. And what I've noticed over many years of talking with parents in this place is that the hurt makes us act quickly, instinctively, in ways that feel completely reasonable from the inside, and sometimes look very different from the outside. This isn't a video about what you did wrong in the past. It's about what you might be doing right now, today, that is quietly working against you. And I want to give you something better to do instead. So let's begin. Mistake number 1. Your child didn't answer, so you called again. Or you texted to say you called. Or you asked your spouse to check in too, just to make sure everything's okay. Every one of those impulses comes from love, pure, uncomplicated love. But here is what your adult child experiences on the other end. They see 2 missed calls, a voicemail, a text, maybe a message from your spouse, and before they have even decided how they feel about calling you back, they already feel behind, already feel like they owe something, already feel the weight of being a person who hasn't responded to their parent. And that weight, that sense of debt before the conversation has even started, makes it harder to pick up the phone, not easier. The reaching out that is meant to say, "I miss you," arrives as, "You are failing me. Here's what to do instead. Call once. Leave a short message, 30 seconds. Warm, no pressure. Something like, 'Just thinking of you.' No need to call back if you're busy, just wanted to hear your voice." Then put the phone down and wait. One call, genuinely offered, with no debt attached, lands completely differently. It says, "I love you. I am not keeping score." It seems like the most natural question in the world. You miss them. You want to understand. So you ask directly, honestly, why they don't call more often. And the moment you ask it, something in the conversation shifts, because that question, however gently it is phrased, places your adult child in the position of defendant. They must now either justify their behavior, absorb your pain, or apologize for a life that is genuinely busy and genuinely their own. None of those options feel good. All of them create distance. What they hear underneath the question is, "You are not doing enough for me." And even if that is not what you meant, and it almost certainly isn't, it is very often what lands. Here's the harder truth. The frequency of calls is almost never the real issue. It is a symptom. The real question, the one worth sitting with quietly, by yourself, before any conversation, is, when we do talk, does my child leave the conversation feeling better or worse than when we started? If the answer is worse, more often than you'd like, that is where the real work is. Not in asking for more calls, in making the calls that happen worth having. Try this instead. I love catching up when we do talk. How are things actually going for you right now? That question opens. It doesn't indict. This one is quieter, more invisible, and perhaps the most damaging of the 5. When we are hurting, we talk. To our spouse, to a sibling, to the child who does call, looking for comfort, for validation, for someone to say, "You're right, this isn't fair." And what we often don't realize is that these conversations rarely stay contained. They travel. They find their way through a passing comment, through a worried tone, through a sibling who says something without meaning to, back to the very child we're missing. And when that child discovers that their absence has been discussed, that their name has been carried through the family as a source of worry or hurt, they do not typically feel moved to call more. They feel exposed, managed, and they pull back further. Family systems are more porous than we think. What we say to one person, we are often saying to all of them. If you need to talk about this, and you do need to talk about this, it is too heavy to carry alone. Find someone outside the family, a counselor, a trusted friend, a pastor, someone who is not inside the network. Keep the family circle clean. Give the relationship between you and your child room to breathe. Room that isn't filled with other people's concern. That space, protected and private, is where trust can slowly return. Your child calls, and you are so relieved, so genuinely glad to hear their voice, that you say something about how long it's been, or how much you've missed them, or how you weren't sure they'd call. You don't mean it as pressure, you mean it as honesty, as warmth. But what happens very often is that the call, which was going to be a simple, normal, human conversation, becomes a conversation about the relationship, about the distance, about the silence. And your child, who perhaps called in a good mood, who perhaps just wanted to tell you about something that happened this week, now finds themselves in a heavier room than they expected, and they remember that the next time they think about calling. The most powerful thing you can do when your adult child calls is act as though nothing is wrong. Not as a performance, not pretending the distance doesn't exist, but choosing consciously, generously, to meet them where they are right now, rather than in the accumulated weight of what has been missing. Ask about their week. Laugh at something. Tell them something small and real that happened to you. Let the conversation be light. Light conversations are easy to repeat. Heavy ones get avoided. And the 5th, the one that is perhaps the most understandable of all, you've reached out, you've been patient, you've tried, and now you are tired and a little wounded, and you've decided if they want a relationship with me, they know where I am. I understand that completely. But here is what I've observed. Adult children, especially those who have complicated feelings about a relationship, are very good at waiting too. They can wait longer than you think, not because they don't love you, but because reaching out feels like a risk, and they have learned somewhere along the way to protect themselves from risks. The parent who keeps showing up gently, without pressure, without expectation, is the parent who creates safety, not by demanding, not by withdrawing, by continuing to be present in small and consistent ways, regardless of what comes back. A birthday text with no question inside it. A photograph sent with no comment required. A short voicemail that needs no response. small signals sent regularly that say, I am still here. I am not waiting for you to earn my presence. I am simply here. That kind of love, sustained over time, is very hard for anyone to stay away from forever. I want to name something that lives underneath every one of these 5 mistakes. Fear. The fear that the distance is permanent, the fear that something has been irreparably lost, the fear that we are running out of time, and that if we don't act now, we will miss the chance entirely. That fear is not irrational. It comes from love. It comes from knowing, at our age, that time is not unlimited. But fear, when it drives our behavior, makes us move too fast, reach too hard, say too much, hold on too tight. And the thing we are most afraid of losing, the closeness, the warmth, the ease, retreats a little further each time fear is in the room. The antidote to fear, in this case, is not certainty. It is trust. Trust that your child knows you love them. Trust that love, consistently and quietly offered, does its work over time. Trust that the relationship you built over decades does not disappear in a season of distance. It is still there, under the silence, waiting, like a seed in winter, for the right conditions to return. I want to leave you with an image. Think of the relationship between you and your adult child as a garden that you have been tending for 30, 40, sometimes 50 years. There are seasons when it is full and overflowing, when they call just to talk, when they bring the grandchildren over without being asked, when everything between you feels easy and warm and real. And there are seasons when the garden goes quiet, when the ground looks bare, when you walk through it and wonder if anything is still alive beneath the surface. Here is what I know about gardens. You don't make them grow by pulling at the plants. You tend the soil. You remove what is blocking the light. You water carefully, not too much, not too little. You trust the process that you cannot fully see. And you wait, not passively, not in despair, but with the particular patience of someone who has grown things before and knows that the quiet season is not the end of the story. Your child is not a lost cause. Your relationship is not beyond repair. You are a parent who loves and who is learning, which is in the end all any of us can offer. That is enough. It has always been enough. If something in today's conversation landed, if you recognized yourself in one of these 5 things and felt, even for a moment, less alone in that recognition, I'm glad you were here. I've put together a free journal called the 7-Day Family Journal. It's 7 quiet prompts, one each morning, that help you find your way back to the relationships that matter most. Several people have told me that working through it helped them understand not just what to say, but how to be in the relationship differently. You'll find it at elderlywisdom.org. The link is right below this video. And if you'd like to stay for more conversations like this one, there's a subscribe button nearby. I'd be glad to have you. Thank you for being here, for caring enough to watch, for still tending the garden.